Hello, I'm Heidi, the owner of Her Decorating Business, the course that teaches creative women how to start their own interior decorating businesses. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to style a living room like a pro. We are going to take a look at two houses and how I have styled these living rooms. Let's call them the pink house and the blue house. Sounds a bit like a gender reveal, doesn't it? That actually just happens to be the color palette that I've chosen. It'll all make sense in a minute. Let's take a look at the pink home for a second. It's a beautiful 4-bedroom family home with a light and bright living area. Before you start designing your space, it is a great idea to gather some inspiration and define your style. Creating a mood board can be a great way to do this. Get all of your ideas out of your head and put them together to see what emerges in terms of style and colour. For this room, I decided on a modern style. After this, the next thing we need to consider is furniture layout. Having a great layout ensures that people can both enjoy being in the space, but also allow them to move through the space easily. We put the seating area on the far side of the room, on the largest wall, and made sure that it was very generous in size to make good use of the space. We don't want people to run into a large piece of furniture immediately at the front door. Opposite the sofa, we have a large-scale buffet piece to balance out the sofa on the other side of the room and allow for a TV above it should you like to have one. We have an accent chair on the same wall as the door to round out the space into a kind of U shape. We want to avoid having larger pieces of furniture just on two walls opposite each other. Having an accent chair resembles that U shape so that people can talk to each other easily, whilst also avoiding an alleyway type effect. Adding a large coffee table and an extra large rug completes this space. Now you may notice that I'm saying the word large a lot, and the reason is that proportions are everything when it comes to layout and furniture selection. I find this particularly true with coffee tables and rugs. For coffee tables, you need to make sure that it is in proportion to the sofa that it sits in front of. Here you can see it is roughly 2/3 the length of the sofa. Anything smaller than this or smaller than half the length of the sofa will just look too small. Now for the rug, making sure that all the seating has at least the front legs on the rug is really important. It creates a zoned area feeling and makes the pieces feel both grounded and connected. In a big space, having furniture that isn't to scale will look underdone and may result in using too many pieces of furniture to fill it. It's much better to use fewer pieces that are much larger. One thing you'll notice here is that there is no entry area. The front door opens and you are immediately in the living room. So it is extra important that there is a visually beautiful focal point as soon as you step foot in the door. We want every person that enters that home to be greeted with something really beautiful. In order to do this, we need to think about what will be visible as soon as you enter the space. And in this case, it is where the sofa is located and the stunning large-scale artwork above it. It sets the scene as a fabulous focal point when you walk into that space. In this room, the art is large, abstract, and uses soft pinks and blues primarily. As a result, we have pulled the soft pink and neutral tones from the artwork and brought them into the cushions on the sofa, the accent chair, the design on the rug, and also into the decor items throughout. In this way, the colours connect the various items in the room together. They are like working as a team. When it comes to hanging artwork, it's really important that the middle of the artwork is roughly at eye height. In this case, we also needed to ensure that it was a good distance above the sofa as well. About 1 hand height from the top of the sofa works really well. It is also important that if you have a large piece of furniture, like a sofa or a buffet with art above it, that you think about the relative sizes of both. The art that you choose needs to be large or a pairing of 2 or more artworks. Here the artwork is approximately 2/3 the size of the piece below it, in this case the sofa. A good general rule of thumb is that the art piece or group of artworks or mirror should be approximately 2/3 to 3/4 the size of the piece that it is above. Because we have gone with a modern style in this home and there is a lot of natural light, we have chosen an oversized tan leather sofa to bring some contrast to the space. And when I say contrast, I'm referring to the amount of light tones and darker tones in the space. Ideally, there should be some darker elements to give variation. If everything is too light or if everything is too dark, there is no contrast and the space will feel bland and one-dimensional. Another reason I was keen to use a tan leather sofa in this space has to do with the style of this home. Considering the existing features of the home is always something I do. This home has beautiful hardwood floors with a warm, earthy colour to it, and I wanted to bring this tone into the furniture selections. Let me know your thoughts below about the styling of the pink house. Now, let's take a look at the blue house. This living room is very large and opens onto a lovely deck at the back. We have chosen to go with a modern luxe look for this room. The focal point in this room again is a very oversized sofa and the artwork above it. There is a window directly above the sofa in this home, so in this case we have spread the artwork across this wall but combined the size of the 2 artworks, so it was roughly still 2/3 the length of the sofa below it. To extend the size of the sofa and take up more space in this very large living room, we have added side tables on both sides. You can see that the blue house has a different layout to the pink house. I wanted to leave out the TV and make it more of a formal conversation area. So I have selected 2 accent chairs and 2 small ottomans to round out the space and make sure that there was a good flow through the area so that the deck was still really accessible. We have changed out the coffee table from a rectangular to a nested round coffee table combination in this house. Having 2 round coffee tables creates some length so that it feels in proportion to this really large sofa. It also brings in some curves to this area, which are repeated in the ottomans, in the side tables, and also the backs of those accent chairs. To ensure this room feels luxurious, we have used velvet accent chairs and brass side tables and edges on the coffee table. Repetition of colour throughout different parts of the home, like in the pink house, make for a completed look. You can see that the black and the white in the artwork is repeated in the coffee table and in the ottomans as well. The navy blue is repeated in the cushions, as well as the gold in the side tables, coffee table and decor. Let me know down in the comments which house is your favourite and why. That wraps up our video on how to style a living room like a pro. If you're interested in decorating rooms for a living, if you're sick of your job, if you want more flexibility in your life by changing career, I offer creative women a course teaching them exactly how to start their own interior decorating businesses, just like I did. See the link below to find out more.